I'm Jonathan Knight, and this is B-Movie Madness. The movie I'm going to talk about today, well, I'm not going to be talking about just one movie. I'm going to be talking about several movies. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I wanted to wait until I had seen all the releases up to this point to make the video. And that is my top 5 SOV horror releases. I'm super excited to talk about this one because I'm hoping it will help people that are unsure which titles they, should buy. And hopefully this video gives them some solid recommendations. But to start off the list, I want to say one thing beforehand. I'm not going to be including any of the basement video releases simply because they're out of print. It'd be pointless putting them on here because people won't be able to buy them. But my number 5 is the SOV driving double feature of Monster in the Garage and Zombie Love Slave. This is one of the several releases of Joe Sherlock movies that Tony has put out. Tony has put out, and this is easily my favorite of them. I think both of these movies together make for a hilariously fun 86-minute cheese fest. The Monster in the Garage is a lot of fun. The monster is cheap but creative. The acting's fun. John Bowker in particular gives a really good, fun performance. And overall, it's a nice, fun little movie. Zombie Love Slave is my favorite of the two. It's one of my favorite SOV zombie things ever made. I wouldn't put up there with Redneck Zombies. Redneck Zombies is a hard one to top, but Zombie Love Slave is a shitload of fun. The zombie makeup is actually well done for its budget. There's a lot of gore. There's some little bit of sex. There's sadly no nudity, but this is before Joe was starting to do nudity in his movies. But overall, it delivers exactly what you wanted. It delivers the zombies, it delivers the love, and it delivers a shit ton of blood. So put together, this is an awesome double feature. And as I said in my video review for it, watch the drive-in edition of it because it adds more fun to it. But yeah, number 5. Number 4 is Death of Lantern. Now this one, this is one of the few titles I saw before it was released by SOVHORROR. I bought a copy from Chris Seaver like in the early 2000s, probably around 2011 when it came out, 2012. So I'd seen this one beforehand, but I'm going to include this one on here for a couple of reasons. One, the movie is absolutely awesome. If you've never seen Death of Lantern, it's so much fun. It's one of my favorite SOV things ever made. It's one of my favorite things that Chris Seaver has done too, and he's done a lot of things I like, but this one's in the top 5. The killer is funny. The kills are actually really well done. And the story is actually really fun and engaging, and the movie's only like 44 minutes, and it packs a lot in those 44 minutes, and it's really a lot of fun. The reason I'm including this edition on here is because there's a lot of extras that weren't on the original version. You get like interviews with Chris, Casey Bowker, Clint Kelly, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And there is a super fan interview with me. I was thinking of not including this for that reason, because it's a little biased, but honestly, since I only did the interview, I'm not actually featured in the movie. I felt like it was okay to put it on there. Plus, I love this one so much. It's really hard for me not to pick this one. I do have some honorable mentions for other Wizard or Warlock titles, so keep a look at the end of the video. Number 3 is one of the 2021 titles I reviewed, Variant. This one, as I said in my review, this movie was fucking awesome. I absolutely love this one. This has some of the best special effects work I've ever seen in an SOV horror movie. It is amazing. I gotta give big props to Joe Meredith and his crew. They did a top-notch job, and they packed so much awesome creature effects in like a 41-minute runtime. They packed more in a 41-minute runtime than most feature-length horror movies today. This was so much fun. This one, if you want an SOV with incredible effects and actually a pretty interesting story, definitely I recommend Variant. And I mentioned in my review, I'm going to mention it again, that the artwork was done by a good friend of mine, Billy Infinity. This is some of the best artwork I've seen. Not only Billy has done, but some of the best artwork in SOV history, SOV horror releases. Ooh, sorry. But yeah, Variant, number 3. Number 2 is an anthology film, Zombarella's House of Horrors. Now, this one was, I believe, it was the second release that Tony put out. This one, he was actually co-directed by Tony, SOV Horror. He co-directed with Tim Ritter, who did the second segment, and Tony did, I believe, most of the fake trailers and commercials, and he did the first and third segment. But Zombrell's House of Horrors, I've been a fan of this one ever since I watched it. I think it hit all the right notes, and I don't think it hit all the right notes with me. I think all three stories are great. My favorite is the third one, The Doll. I believe it's The Doll. It's been a while since I watched it. I watched it a couple times, but the third segment with the ventriloquist dummy is my absolute favorite of the one. I think that one is just awesome. You got some cool gore effects, cheaply done, but used very well. I thought all three actresses did a great job, and there's some nudity, so that always goes a long way. All the fake trailers are great. My only criticism is maybe there was maybe too many of them. Over the years watching this, there was maybe too many of them, and I do think Tony perfected the trailer and commercial aspect better in the sequel, Natasha Nutty's Boudoir of Blood. I didn't include that one on here because I do have a very small part in that one, and it would seem really biased to me to include that on here, but that one's also great. But Zombrell's House of Horrors, both Tony and Tim Ritter of Truth or Dare fame did an incredible job with this. It's so much fun. There is so much gore, so much nudity, so much SOV mayhem that if you're a fan of anthology films and shot on video stuff, this one should be at the top of your list. Number 2. Now, before I get to number 1, I wanted to do some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions would include Mel Noir. That was actually the first SOV horror release, so it's very special to me, and I do really enjoy it. I think he might be working on another edition of it, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say anything, but I'm not sure. I highly recommend that one. That was a lost SOV that was found and released by SOV Horror. Another one would be The Spirit Gallery, which is one of the very best made SOVs. It has a really interesting story and incredible makeup effects. A Warlock release would be Stoinky Beach, which was, I went back and forth between that and Death of Lantern to put on my list. That one, it stands out because it's a sex comedy. And it's actually really, really a lot of fun. It's hilarious. And if you're a fan of Chris Everett's work, that one you'll definitely like that one. And last but not least, Writer's Block, Truth or Dare 2, an unofficial sequel to Truth or Dare. Much like Spirit Gallery, it's one of the very best made SOV movies I've ever seen. It's really well acted. The story is very interesting and engaging, and it's really incredibly well directed. It's a good movie to watch to kind of, how to make a movie for no money. Like if you're interested in making a movie with very little to no money, I think Writer's Block is actually a really good, example of how to do that. But now, what is number 1? What could be number 1? Number 1 actually surprised me, not because I had a feeling I would like it, but the fact that it was number 1 on my list. I actually really thought about what to put on this list, and this one took me by surprise. And that is Ron Ford's The Crawling Brain. Anybody that's talked to me knows this probably will be, this one was going to be on my list no matter what. I'm a huge fan of Ron's work, and this one by far is my favorite movie. It actually has topped Hollywood Mortuary for me, and I thought about that for a while. Which one do I like more? And I do like this one more. This one is so much fun. If you have never seen Ron's stuff, he has this if you've never seen Ron's stuff, this would be a good place to start. This is basically his tribute to 1950s B movies, but with 80s inspired splatter effects. You got a fun performance from Randall Malone, who's always fun in every movie that he's in with Ron, directed by Ron. But he's really fun here. You get some nudity, you get a lot of splattery gore, and you got really actually well done effects. The brain itself, the crawling brain itself, is actually really well done. And there's a lot of cool stock music from various Roger Corman productions. So yeah, The Crawling Brain is definitely the number 1 movie on my list. If you need one, if you can only buy one, and you want one, if you want my recommendation, buy The Crawling Brain. He just put out Dead Season, which I reviewed. I did like that one, but Crawling Brain, man, this movie is the reason I keep on reviewing stuff, because I love talking about stuff like this. Stuff that's not made with a lot of money, but it's made with a lot of love and passion for these kind of movies. You can't really find that many movies like this these days, especially because most everything's done with CGI, and I'm not a big CGI fan. I'll take the practical effects in this movie over any CGI. any day. So yeah, The Crawling Braid, #1. So I hope you this list was inspired you to maybe pick up a few titles. Let me know down below if you have picked up any SOE horror titles. What is your favorite? What is your top 5? But if you only want to give one, what's your favorite? I would really like to know. I think that would be awesome. Before I leave, though, I want to mention that you only got a few more days to order the Basement Video double feature of Slimoids and Dino Gore before it goes out of print. So it goes out of print on January 1st, so grab it while you can. It'll be a great last-minute Christmas gift or late Christmas gift for your loved one. Trust me. So if you want to pick up any of these titles, go to www.sovhorror.com. I will have a direct link to the store down below. But that's it for now. This is probably going to be my last video for the year. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope your holidays go great. And remember, keep it cheesy. Check you later.